I'm invited somewhere to speak, I never, ever write anything down. I kind of go off the vibe of the crowd, and basically I just go with the flow. I pray about it. I do a lot of talking to myself, and I keep it real. And I think that's the main thing, to keep it real with everyone. So today I'm going to talk about a subject that is very near and dear to me, domestic violence. I myself was in a violent, abusive relationship for a number of years. And the thing about domestic violence is, I didn't know the signs. I didn't know his past history. I didn't know that his dad abused his mom. I didn't know that he abused his ex, because abusers don't tell you that kind of stuff. So I didn't know anything about him. I didn't do any research. I just started dating him and fell in love, or what I thought was love. And when I first saw the first signs, I thought it was cute. I thought the jealousy was cute. I thought the pushing around and the shoving me was cute. I thought the hair pulling was cute. And then one day he hit me. And the first time he hit me, it didn't even click. I was like, I'm too beautiful for this. But I took him back. And then the second time he hit me, I said the same thing. I'm too beautiful for this. But I took him back. And then the third time he hit me. And then the 33rd time he hit me. And then the 103rd time he hit me. I took him back. I even had a child with him thinking that would make it better, but actually it made it worse, because then he felt like not only did he have control of me, but because of my child that we had together, he felt like if I left him, he had something that he could basically torture me with, threaten me with. So he would threaten to hurt my kids. I decided that, I was too good for that. And not only that, I had 4 children, and I had a daughter. And I said, you know what, I looked at my daughter one day, after I got out of jail, because he and I got into a fight. I looked at my daughter one day and I said, you know what, I got to make a move. And so I prayed to God that my life start over. And it did. I took the steps, I left, and thank God that I'm here today, because, I feel like it would have turned into something very dangerous. But I'm going to fast forward on. My son, when he was like 17 years old, he started dating. And I noticed in him that he had anger issues. He would get upset when his girlfriend would say, she wanted to do certain things. Or even when she wanted to go home, something as simple as going home, he would get so upset and so irate with her. And one day I stopped him and I asked him, I said, what is going on with you? And he said, well, I love her. I don't want her to leave. And when I looked at my son, I saw that same look in his eyes that was in my abuser's eyes. And I knew then, I said, you know what? Now you got to step back. And you got to look at how you raise your kids. You got to look at what you expose them to. And you got to put something in them to show them how to have a healthy relationship. So I started teaching my son and my other kids how relationships are supposed to be, how to be respected, how to demand respect, and also how to let somebody go if they don't want to be with you. It's just that simple. If somebody doesn't want to be with you, that's fine. Hey, maybe they're not in your life. Maybe they're not there for you. God is moving them out of your life for a reason. There's something better out there for you. And that's the way I told my kids to look at it. I do events. And about a year ago, I met a beautiful woman named Natash Kerns. And she told me, she said, Miss Traci, I just love to sing. Every time I get on that stage, it's like all my problems leave. Miss Traci, please let me sing for you. And I said, well, Natasha, this time you can't get on because I got too many people on my show. And she said, well, let me sing something to you on the phone. She saw Mary J. Blige's My Life on the phone, and when I tell you, her voice had so much pain in it. And I said to myself, where does somebody so beautiful get that much pain in their voice? Every time I met her, she was just a beautiful person. I never would have thought that she was going through what she was going through. And then one day, she called me, and she said, I got something I want to talk to you about. And I said, well, talk, baby. I'm always here for you. And she told me, she said, he beat me. And she said, he beats me all the time. She said, I'm really tired of it, and I'm trying to leave him. So I tried to, find a place to go, and I was helping her through all that. And then one day on Facebook, she put a poster that read, if you find my body dead, my husband's responsible. And even after that, even after I called her, and she told me, that he was going to kill her, I still didn't want to believe it. I said, how could somebody so beautiful be going through this? She got to be exaggerating. It can't be real. I talked her through it. I said, because she was really wanting to kill him that day. And I said, you know what, Natasha, that's not the right thing to do, because you're a beautiful person. Your heart is too good for that. You'll never live it down. Well, 2 weeks after that conversation, he killed her. And when I tell you that was the worst experience of my life, that was something that, it was life altering for me. It was so, I can't even explain the way it feels to stand outside yourself and think about every conversation you had with a person, and everything that you could have said, everything that you should have said, everything that you didn't say, and every phone call that you did return, and every text message that you didn't return back. And I read her Facebook update the morning that she was killed, and she said that she was feeling lovely. And I said I liked it, and I clicked like. But sometimes I say, you know, Traci, what if you'd have picked up the phone and called her and just talked to her up until that hour that he came and killed her, and told her everything that you ever wanted to tell her? I have a lot of regrets about losing my friend. You know, she was very vocal about everything. She told people what was going on with her. She told people he was hurting her. She told people that she was afraid to be at home at night. She told people she was afraid for her children. And we were too busy. After she was killed, though, I made a promise to myself that her voice would never be silent again, that we would always, you know, try to recognize the signs when our friends needed us, and that we would always step up to the plate, or at least I would. You know, I can't really speak for everybody else, but, you know, I'm Traci. You know, and Traci, I'm determined that I'm going to make a difference in someone's life. I started a petition for her. I've been on TV shows. I've been on radio shows. And it's still not enough. You know, I still don't feel like I'm doing enough. I'm trying to get a law passed. I talked to Vincent Shaheen, and I'm actually going to get a law passed. It's going to be called Natash's Voice. And it's going to have all the stipulations and everything that they're leaving out of the broken up laws in South Carolina against domestic violence, to protect not only women but also men who are in violent and abusive relationships, because I think it's very important that we step up as people and do something about this, because I don't want to lose another Natasha. I don't want to lose another friend. I don't want to wake up in the middle of the night thinking to myself, what could I have done? I don't want to dream about somebody's smile. I don't want to look at my playlist and my artist list and see her name right there on the top highlighted, because she was always there for me. She was always right on time. Always. If I called her, she would answer the phone on the first ring. What do you need, Miss Traci? I'm there. Even if she had to cancel something, she came for me. That's the way I want to be for people. And that's the way I feel like us as a community, not only black people, but white people, everyone, I feel like us as a community, we need to be there for each other. You know, people always talk about hate. Man, we need to stop hating on each other, really.
Amen.
Anyway, that's my time. My name is Traci Fant. My organization is ThinkTwice.org, and I do a lot of events for young people. I have an event coming up on September 25th. It's my second annual Stop the Violence event. It's going to be held at the Empowerment Zone, and I hope that everyone comes, or if you know about it, you can't attend, if you tell someone about it. It's going to be really good. It's going to be a concert event, but also we're going to have the artists. They're going to tell, you know, why they stay in the studio, what they do, and what they've experienced as far as violence is concerned, and as far as abuse is concerned.